Alright, so I thought I'd do a little bit of tech news. Couple of fun days coming up. Today made their HP made their Palm Pre 2 official. It's a completely new radical design, brand new hardware. It's lovely. Actually, it's not brand new hardware. Um, Basically, what they did, if you know the Pre or the Pre Plus, they took that same device. I'm trying to think of the changes they made. 5 megapixel camera instead of 3, uh, glass screen instead of plastic. The back is the soft matte like the touchstone chargers. So if you've got a touchstone charger, kind of soft touch black matte back. And that's pretty much it. And they're calling it the Pre 2. Um, Completely disappointing from a 1 gigahertz processor. So if you're looking for WebOS on a new type of phone, a new form factor, or even just a larger screen and a better keyboard, you're going to be sorely disappointed. Um, WebOS, I had a Palm Pre Plus on Verizon. Um, I had that and Android at the same time. I switched back and forth, and the software is great. As far as the user experience, they had a unified inbox before Apple got around to it with iOS 4. Um, but reading Engadget's review, the hardware, the screen resolution's still pretty crummy. Um, I think 480 by 320 maybe, which is small. It's a 3.1-inch screen. And, it's still the banana shaped slider, and the keyboard's still crazy cramped. I don't have thick fingers, but they're long, and typing on that keyboard was painful. And some of the keys didn't press. Very awkward, and that's not unique to me. That's a pretty common pre-problem, wonky keyboards. But they're also unveiling WebOS 2.0 with the Palm Pre 2. The Palm Pre 2 goes on sale on Friday in France through SFR. It's one of the telecoms over there in France. Um, so it goes on sale there on Friday. Coming soon for Verizon. I just saw that Engadget, um, a GSM and a CDMA version just passed through the FCC. So Boy Genius was reporting maybe a November 12th launch for the Droid Pro, Palm Pre 2, Citrus, and the Droid 2 Global. Um, so if you're a Verizon fan, looks like you've got a bunch of new smartphones um, to pick from before this holiday season. And then, of course, hopefully come March, you'll have an iPhone available for Verizon. Um, so WebOS 2.0 does some pretty cool stuff. If you don't know about WebOS, it gives you little cards as applications. Um, you can just go YouTube search for a video if you're interested. Very cool user interface. Um, and what they said is with this 1 gigahertz processor, it flies. And they actually said the battery life seemed slightly better. So they were able to double the processor speed, um, but still keep battery life kind of at its current level. Battery life is pretty bad on a Palm Pre. It's definitely, if you're a heavy emailer or web browser, um, you want to keep a micro USB cord, one in your car, one at your desk, one at home, one at the bar you frequently attend. It's pretty bad battery life, but the software is great, and it sounds like Engadget, um, really liked the upgrade. But more importantly, this is the phone that Palm maybe should have come out of the gate with, um, you know, 18 months ago, or the phone that should have been the Pre Plus on Verizon. When they made it the Plus on Verizon, they doubled the memory, the storage, and I'm pretty sure that was it. Um, so they can't get new hardware fast enough. And I really would have thought that, you know, even Palm's a standalone company would have had stuff ready in R&D and then HP could have just thrown some money at it and said, "Hey, we need to get this out." Um, so they're great software, desperately in need of great hardware. But it sounds like they've got the processor right. They needed just the keyboard. It's killer, and the sliding mechanism's pretty horrible too. But anyways, that should be going on sale on Verizon here in the next couple months for sure. I can't see it coming out after the holidays, because then you're encroaching on an iPhone launch for Verizon, and that's not good for anybody. But yeah, so cool stuff there from Palm. I didn't really get to see if there was any mention of upgrades for um, Palm owners. What worries me is that the original Palm on Sprint had 256 megs of RAM, and the Pre Plus had 512. If I'm not pulling that out of my bum. Um, so my worry would be are all the original pre-owners from Sprint going to be able to upgrade to 2.0? Interesting question. Haven't seen an answer yet. And then, of course, the big tech news for the week is, of course, Apple um, with their Back to the Mac event tomorrow. Some more leaked um, info about what's kind of going on. Um, like I said before, 10.7 is going to be featured prominently. Um, their new OS X, codenamed Lion, most likely. Invitation had a lion, so we're going with Lion. Um, some stuff leaked today about them simplifying the UI of OS X to include iOS type sliders, which I don't know how I feel about. I like the aqua look of OS X, so I'm not too thrilled. I don't like how Apple started taking the color out of everything. First, they did it with the iTunes icons, and now maybe they're doing it with the UI of Snow Leopard. So, whatever. Some MacBook Air possible leaks. Couple sources saying that they're going to have the current 13.3-inch model and an 11.6-inch model. Gonna come with much quicker CPUs, much longer battery life, and instead of having that annoying little drop down door um, for the USB port, you'll have one USB port on either side and an SD card slot. So they're making it more usable, because the one awful design move, it's like a little hinge and you had to like pull it down. Yeah, it was awful. So that will be coming, or at least be announced tomorrow. Apple recorded their best quarter yet. I think they had 20 billion in revenue, which is just ridiculous. Um, and Steve Jobs in the earning call shot down any rumors, at least, thank you, transmission, at least in the near future, of a 7-inch iPad. He said that people really like the iPad the way it is, so no plans to change. But yeah, back to the Mac event tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern.